The fact that you are promoting that nationwide through this ride and what you do every day is fantastic. We'll welcome you to our 212-acre site. 212 acres of marsh, which looks fantastic this time of morning. And I want you to come back often and look for our industrial track greenway, which the governor, I'm sure, will have much to say about that we're looking forward to having, which connect us to the city of Newcastle. Let's say 7 miles?
Yeah, something like that.
7 miles away. So you'll be able to come from Newcastle down south all the way into Philly and then connect up with great state of the
East Coast Greenway to make almost near the middle of the trail complete over the last. It's an impressive amount. He's put almost 10 miles of trail on the ground. I do have to read the different pieces because they're impressive. Working with Delmont and DNREC. But the Tally Road portion of the North Delaware Greenway he completed. Phase 2 was also completed, and Phase 3. It's this gap in the Peterson Wildlife Refuge. It's been funded for construction. You know that, but subtlety gets you nowhere. So thank you very much.
All right.
We've got a picture of the map.
And James Wilson from Bike Delaware just got here. Do you want to explain the map?
The reason I was going this late is because I biked yesterday with the governor for 60 miles and I was so this is going to be part of the East Coast Greenway. Cool. And I just want to say something about opportunity. So this is an old Penn Central Railroad right-of-way that goes from Newcastle to Wilmington. And Penn Central went bankrupt in the 1970s. So this has just been sitting there for decades. An amazing opportunity. You know, right-of-way that's unused isn't just like laying around all over the landscape. And you know, we didn't do anything with it. It was just an opportunity. And the reason, there are multiple reasons why this thing is going to be finally built in 2016, but probably the main reason is the gentleman standing right to my left. He is basically the most bicycle-friendly governor in the United States. I should have said basically. He is in the United States. My background is engineering. I used to work in the private sector. I never wanted to work for a non-profit group in my life. They really don't pay me enough. But in 2010, I went to the National Bike Summit, and Governor Markell in 2010 addressed the National Bike Summit. At the time, he was the only sitting United States governor to speak at the National Bike Summit in Washington, D.C. And 4 years later, he's still the only sitting governor who's spoken at that National Bike Summit. And so that's why this project is happening. And I really wish that I could go back to my normal job, but it's your fault that I'm doing it. So thank you.
Well, great to have you here. I know you'd much rather be pedaling than listening to me, so I will be brief. But we are very, when I heard you all were coming through, I thought it was great. I had not known about this week-a-year tour, and I think it's terrific, and I hope I have a chance to join you on it in a couple of years once I'm finished with this job.
We'll make sure you have the info.
Thank you. And we're really excited about the progress that we're making. This particular project is huge. We have, over the last 5 years, largely with the help of James and others, we've gone, according to the League of American Bicyclists, from the 31st most bike-friendly state in the country to the 4th most bike-friendly. So, we've got an amazing bicycle advocacy community in the state, and we have some real huge fans of the Greenways. And in fact, I think it's not this week, but I think next week there's they have their annual big event in Delaware. I'll be stopping by at that. But you know, for all the reasons, you know, for the reasons of health, for the reasons of climate change, we think this is really important. Also for reasons of economic development. And you know, a couple years ago when I wanted to take my son on a long bike ride, I took him down to Virginia. We did the WNOD trip, and we stayed in a hotel down there, and you know, spent money down there. We want people to spend money here. And the other thing is just as we're, you know, every state is now trying to recruit, you know, great companies, lots of employees and the like, and we know that quality of life is really important. People want to work in places where they want to live. And talented people want to live in places where there are lots of, you know, great things to do when you're not working, including having these greenways.
And everything you're completing, you're going to be up over 60.
Wow.
Be the leader. So good. Again, a leader.
So we'll keep pushing, and we know, more and more. It's incredible how many municipalities are benefiting economically from really investing in greenways and in bike trails and walking paths and the like. We see it all over the country, and we want Delaware to benefit. So have a great ride.
We're going to mail you an East Coast Greenway. It'll be in the mail today.
What size?
How many do you have?
What size?
I'll take a large.
Large.
Took a look down a westbound road, right away I made my choice. Headed out to my big two-wheeler, I was tired of my own voice. Took a beat on the northern plains and just rolled that power on. "12 hours out of Mackinac City, stopped in a bar.